Hey, this is Rob from ChainsawGuitarTuition.net. This is going to be the top 5 reasons why you're not playing as fast as you want to be. Number 1 is posture. Make sure you're comfortable in your seating position. I've done loads of videos on posture. You should check those out if you want to know where you should be sitting. I'm currently using a footstool which puts the guitar over this knee. This is my left knee. I've got my left leg on a footstool, so the guitar is just in the right position for me to play. You can also have it round this way, which is better for strumming, round on the other knee, which is more kind of a strumming thing. If I'm going to shred or play any solos sitting down, I'll do it over this left knee. So it's the fretting hand knee, and then you put it over that knee and it's just in the right position. Okay? Check out my other videos for more on posture. Number 2 is coordination. Both your hands need to be coordinated together exactly in time with each other. Now the way you can work on this is with a metronome slowly. Okay? And you get it so that you sort of program into your head that both your hands need to be in a certain speed to each other. And if you don't do that, you'll end up trying to play fast and it'll come out with, which is kind of, it sounds fast but it's crap. So basically you want both of these to be in together. And the good news is, once you've worked at a slow speed, you can then sort of speed both up in together, and your brain will be able to do that together. It's like walking and running. When you first learned to walk, you would have done it slowly, and the amount of coordinating that you're doing when you're walking, just to stand up, and if you're not moving both legs in time with each other in some sort of sync, then you're not even going to be able to walk in a straight line, let alone stand up. The same thing with driving. If you can't do all those things that you need to do when you need to do them, you're not going to get very far. Or you are, but then you're going to crash. Basically, same sort of thing applies to guitar. Once you've got it programmed in how to do it slowly, and then you speed it up. As you speed it up, you'll still be able to keep that both hands speeding up at the same rate. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, hand tension. I've talked about tension a lot before, but not quite specific enough. Basically, your hand, if you've got good posture and you're holding the guitar right, as in the first point, then the rest of your body should be fine. Your hand, basically what happens is this is what you want to avoid. This is kind of like a claw, and this is what you want to avoid. You spread your hands out, yes, which is good. Sometimes this will happen if you're playing wide stretches, wide interval kind of stretches on the guitar. But doing this, you can't really move each individual finger, and that's what happens when your hand tenses up. That's the thing. So if you do this, right, get used to that feeling, and that's not what you want. If you feel like that when you're playing, when you're trying to play fast, then that's what's actually holding you back. So how do you avoid this? How do you avoid locking your fingers up and stopping your mobility and finger independence? The answer is, again, slow down, relax. As soon as you get to that point, it doesn't mean you can't play at that speed. It just means when you get to that speed, you're tensing up, and you're tensing up your hand into it, like claw, and that's not what you want at all, as we just discussed. So the way to do it, as soon as you notice you're doing that, try and relax a little bit, and maybe slow down, and then speed up again. Without, as soon as you get to that stage again, then you need to go back and keep doing it until you can train yourself not to get to that stage. Okay, number 4, you're putting too much pressure on the frets. You don't actually need, if you look at your guitar and push a string down, any string on any fret, how much force does that actually need? You're probably using more just doing that, even just playing around with it. So all you need to do is get the string onto the fret so they can, so it's not buzzing, but it's making a noise. If you push too hard, you'll get this. See, it changes the pitch. That's number 1 reason why you don't want to do it. The second one is, if you're trying to force each finger down really hard, and you don't need to, that's going to compromise your speed again. So you want a really light touch, literally just enough so that you're just getting the note, because you need to put that note and then you're on to the next note because you're playing fast. Okay, so the way to work on this is to play as you normally would play, like spider exercise, whatever, and then gradually put less and less force in until you're getting it kind of like this, and you're getting nothing, and then go one louder or one more force, a little bit more force, and that should be your general sort of guideline of how much force you can use. Obviously this is going to take practice at that force, at that rate of force, but that's what practice routines are for, okay, and practice time. Okay, number 5, this kind of sums up the rest of the points really. What happens is you practice all this stuff and you're all fine and good, and then you go on stage or in front of a camera or whatever you're doing, and your adrenaline starts going. And what happens when your adrenaline hits, I did write an article about this on the website, but it's been taken, or it's lost, so I'm going to have to re-upload that article. Basically what happens is when your adrenaline kicks in, you lose a bit of your fine motor control, and because adrenaline's built for like fight or flight response, so you want to activate big muscles, your legs to run away, or fists or arms to fight, something like that. Basically none of those are good for guitar, because you need the small fine motor control of your hands to be able to play fast. So basically the way to overcome this is, again, practice, and it can kind of ruin, because you're going to go into that mode, the claw mode again, and nerves just don't help that. So the way to do it is to practice so much in lots of different situations, and practice so much doing it lightly, that when you get onto a stage or you go play something for a recording or anything like that, you're not suddenly, like, your technique just disappears, because that's what it's going to try and do as you go on stage or as you get nervous. So if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe. You can visit my website, chainsawguitartuition.net, where I actually teach one-to-one lessons online if you sign up for that, or you can sign up to my newsletter, and I'll give you regular updates on what's going on the site, and sort of heads up about new lessons and new blog posts that I'm currently working on and stuff, and new videos obviously. Until then, I'll see you next time.